Hello from MJ2 Coaching LLC. I'm MJ, the CEO. And at MJ2 Coaching, we assist survivors of trauma overcome the negative effects of such. This is done by increasing confidence, promoting self awareness, and providing perspective, all while promoting positive change. If you don't know anything about me, let me share a few tips before I get into what acute stress disorder is. I am a 20-year employee or servicer in the mental health field. I help many people with many different diagnoses and backgrounds overcome many obstacles in life. And in MJ2 coaching, I'm able to do this through life coaching with a background in psychology. And I've been able to help many people overcome the barriers that are presented in their life. So with that being said, let me tell you about acute stress disorder, which affects a lot of people. It is part of the PTSD spectrum, and most people don't understand why this is so significant. And I'm going to tell you why. One, this is a diagnosis that usually has an onset after the initial trauma. So if something happens to you today, a month, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months, everyone's a little different. That's when you start experiencing the traumatic effects. That's when you start experiencing the changes in your life. That is the difference with acute stress disorder, because it doesn't happen right when it happens. It's not like when you have a bad car accident and then all of a sudden you're afraid to drive, or you're really cautious on the road. It doesn't happen instantaneously. So it's harder to pinpoint when or why you're having these effects or these things happen in your life. And a lot of things have to kind of be plugged at or looked at or reviewed to find out why you're having this reaction to a trauma that you didn't just have. So that sometimes is one of the major issues with acute stress disorder. Another thing is sometimes symptoms last as little as 3 days. So some people will just brush it under a rug because by the time you go to get help, it's gone. But they come back sometimes. Not everyone is able to have like a one and done experience. Sometimes it takes a few months before it reappears, but you're having these small spurts of experiences that you can't quite understand or explain why they're happening, and it's disrupting your life. And that is the problem. That is the problem. And when it persists and it comes back more regularly, that's usually when you get a diagnosis of PTSD. But most people don't report acute stress disorder because they come so frequently and far in between. So if you're having some issues, if you're having some experiences, and with stress, with any form of PTSD, it could be triggers such as flashbacks or instant fear or anxiety that you can't explain. It can be thoughts, nightmares, daymares. It can be any of those things plus some, because everyone is a little different. That indicates that you are experiencing some post-traumatic stress symptoms. So please seek help if you are experiencing these things, and even just to be cautious, seek help, because you never know, and you wouldn't want to go without this being treated and addressed, because it can make your life harder than it has to be. Peace, love, and happiness. I wish you all well. Toodles.